What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Wednesday afternoon, evening to all of you. 3:30 p.m. here in San Jose, Costa Rica. 5:30 p.m. over in Pittsburgh, where the Avalanche face the Penguins tonight. And I've been humming and hawing about taking the Avalanche all day long. Thank you for watching Sportsbook Review. This is Benny with the bag. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. NHL Parlay Bagger. Pittsburgh, Toronto, San Jose games over for the NHL Parlay Bagger. A lot of goals, a lot of special teams, a lot of power play, impressive power plays. But the overs came to a halt last night. And NHL Parlay Bagger says they will not continue to. There's the X-Filer now. Farouk Islam says, Jimmy, how you been? Thanks a lot for the pick of the Wild under yesterday. My pleasure. Farouk Islam, my pleasure. There's Hustle Wilson in there. I was born in 94. Joining us. We got Deer Slayer Ski says, jumping on the Sharks for you tonight, my brother. Let's get them. Low baggers. I love it, Deer Slayer Ski. I love the Sharks and the Capitals. That's why I don't want to add anything, but I do find the Avalanche very appealing. Day Jr. smiles. Is anyone else on the Capitals tonight? That is I, Day Jr. I am riding with you. There's Alex Ramirez in the house, star of the Spidey play of the day. TJ Parks ready to go. Parlay San Jose and Caps. Beautiful. I love it. Parlayed both. Deer Slayer Ski, Ronnie Christie, Brody. Anyone on Toronto money line tonight? I am not. I am on the other side. Ronnie Christie, Avs, Caps, Oilers. Oilers are an interesting look that I'm happily off of. A lot of different factors in that game coming into play, especially the Oilers' first game back after a homestand, and the Flyers in a back-to-back where they showed very little last night, and that's not going to be acceptable. Vigneault's not going to sit back and allow that, but they're in a tough travel spot. I can understand both sides, and a lot of sharp money on the Flyers all day long. Ron Lofton in the house. AM here with his barbecue sauce titty play of the day. Gremio -1, Flamengo moneyline, Palmeiras -1, and Vasco da Gama. That's from our guy AM. Great cap. There's Nutflush Allen in the house. Nutflush Allen. Noli knows in the house. Our guy Noli knows. See what unders he's on today. And Noli knows he'd be proud to know that I'm undefeated in unders so far in this young NHL season. There's Sebastian Ar- Jamal Stone, Jermone Sags, Yenny Toon says, took your bet today, Capitals moneyline, Sharks moneyline. I hope we cash. I hope so too. Koskinen confirmed. That's another red flag. I think Koskinen is about to lose his job to Mike Smith. Silver Malco, Eric Jones, the big guy Bubba backing us. Puck line sweep yesterday. Ooh, that's a big boy win right there. Cap 24/7 says crazy rain in New York right now, so we will not be talking MLB baseball until preseason. Plus a half max bet. Under Ravens are liking Yukon plus 20 in New Mexico 20. There's Taylor Dunks. There's Kanaskat. There's Guillermo Zertucci. Says oh nice. You'll be at the USC game as well. Beautiful. Guillermo and Nutflush going to be both at that big USC game tonight. Ronnie Chris says, I agree with the Leafs Caps over 6.5 look, but I like the value on the Caps puck line. I agree with. There's Al Mack in the house. Got 3 plays on this Leafs game. Al Mack will be joining us in 35 short minutes right here. Robert Preston loving the over in Leafs Caps. Freestyle Fakiri says, NHL card very difficult tonight. I'm keeping my quantity of plays low right now. Low. All right, there's Mom Thomas. Edmonton going to rest. Been saying it. Took the Hawks on Mondays. You have been saying it. And Austin Kowalski says, you see that stat about Michigan? Oh, from the morning show, right? 1 in 15. I don't have it in my head right now. Born in 94, joining us. There's Von Polo. Can you hit me with it again, Austin? Tanaka. I know you mean Tanaka is a lock tomorrow, says our Austin Kowalski. And there's the Spidey play of the day right there. Edmonton Oilers money line. Wow, 4-2 in NHL. Our guys money line Oilers money line. There's Jake Blue in the house joining us. RFK on Philadelphia under. I like that look. It wasn't me. Usually our teams now very tight. AC Sunday in the beer. Anyone going to be able to party with Michelle Ruth? Joe, I need it. So let's do this. So good afternoon. Lock 7 bets in NFL. And I've got more than I want to talk about. Let's first just have this NHL card. Make sure everyone's feels comfortable with the moves that they are making. Let's do that. Make sure it keeps freezing. Okay, glitchy feed. That's not good. Don't like hearing that. Apologize for that glitchy feed. We're good, though? We're good right now? Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, we'll keep rolling. We'll keep rolling right now. There's Rick Rodriguez, and apologies for the glitchy feed, my friends. Apologize. Silver Malco said, Jimmy, our Canucks looked good yesterday. They sure did. And cost me $200. Jamal, come on. Don't blame the weak Costa Rican internet on our guys, man. We have the best in the business here. My guy Rafa, the best in the business. So don't put that evil on Rafa, man. Don't put that evil on Rafa. Kyrie Cribbs in the house feeling the Oilers. I never take a team on the first game back of a long road trip. First game back at home. I never do, ever. So not a spot that I like right now. Dear Slayer Ski says, my episode is fast forwarding. Okay, I'm just going to keep rolling through. Okay, Austin says we good now. Okay. Apologies. Let's go. Avalanche Penguins. God, I want to pull the trigger on these Avs. I really do. Early in a road trip, I just feel like this is a spot where they could not get right, but keep rolling. I understand. I think Pittsburgh's been playing over their head with all these injuries. We talked about their injuries this morning. We'll go over them again. And I just feel the move made in Colorado. I know they're not plus anymore, but man, it feels like it's a spot where Sharp on the Pens this afternoon. Now the Puck's hammering these undefeated Avalanche. I feel very comfortable with the moves that I'm on right now, and I love these moves. I'm on Washington. I'd be ashamed of himself. Okay, here we go. Let me pop that here and get that note down. Thank you for sharing that with us. There's Red Girl in the house. Let's get Farouk's action. Farouk is on Caps money line, Stars under Sharks money line, parlay. I like all those plays. I'm very interested to see what happens in that Stars game tonight. So I like that quite a bit. Drinking Hand says, Jimmy, take the Oilers. 1-19 straight up. Wow, Austin. No, I will not. I think that we're going to get a ton of value fading the Oilers. I just don't want to do it against a team that's on the second half of a back-to-back, so I'm going to stay off. All right, we have a glitch in the Matrix. Everybody talking about it. I'm going to keep rolling. Jeff Morelos says only play in... Oh, no. Is this really happening? But I keep getting the thumbs up from Rafa, right? Rafa, okay. No thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, we have a problem. All right, we have a problem. Okay, I apologize. But I should just hammer through this, right, Rafa? Right, just hammer through. Sorry about that, you guys. I apologize. I apologize for this. It's our internet that is to blame here. But thank you for sticking with me. Drinking Hand got the Oilers 13-1 to win the Pacific, now 5-1. That's a great job. Jason Kelly on the Oilers minus 1.5. So is it still all messed up? So can I get that from the guys in the chat? Is it still messed up? Or can I start hammering through this card? Because I want to hammer through this card badly. I want to start talking NFL. We got Al Mack joining us soon. So could somebody let me know if we're good to go? I should just to put a halt on this. Now I'm not getting anything from the chat. Okay, Avs so tempting, says Dear Slayersky. Okay, yes, the Avs are very, very tempting. Why is that? It's because of all these injuries for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Malkin, Galchenyuk, Bukestad, Rust. Said I pulled for the flower. And Jared McCann. Sean J said messed up, but we can hear you. Oh, it's fine for me now. Okay, I'm going to keep videos delayed. Good for now. Okay. Let's keep rolling. Austin Gwelski says, why is everyone on the Sharks and Caps tonight? Well, let's start with this Avs game. Do I want to make a move on the Avs game? Okay, sounds good, but the audio doesn't match the video. Okay, I apologize, you guys. I apologize. Okay. There's Gio Mercedes in the house. K-Con says messed up. Sorry, you guys. Audio out of sync. Okay, I'm going to keep rolling along until I get direction from my producers. And Jason H says you're coming through fine. Okay, look, Pittsburgh's just playing a very tight sound game right now. And I don't think that matters. I think they lose to the Colorado Avalanche here tonight. I really do. I don't think it matters. Gio Mercedes says I like the Avs tonight. Freestyle Fakiri says Pens looked so good the other night, though, but that's impossible. I just feel like that is impossible for them to continue this with all these players out of the lineup. I mean, we knew that Crosby was going to get this team together because that's what he does. He's a great leader, but I feel like the Avalanche have to be the play. Have to be the play. EJV liking the Avs and Stars. Ronnie Chris says that Jackets Stars under 5.5 is so tempting. And Jason H says, don't worry, just roll buddy. Thank you, Jason H. I find the Avalanche extremely tempting. Just so tempting here. They played what? When was their last game? I mean, I have all that information right here a while ago, and I did not put that future in my pocket that I should have. Mama Jones is capturing a great spot off a horrible home loss Monday. They were down 4-0 in the blink of an eye. Toronto on a back-to-back playing so. Samsonov also playing much better. I agree with that. I agree with that very, very much. I just don't see how the Penguins can keep pace with the Colorado Avalanche tonight. Drinking hand, thank you, and I love your Oilers, man. 13-1 to 5-1. You're way, way ahead. And if you need to make a hedge with the Golden Knights, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to do that if you need to, if you want to at some point. And that's a great spot to be in. Gio Marseille says, Jimmy, take the Avs. Yeah, I really feel like the Avs are the play here. And that Pittsburgh, how well Pittsburgh's playing is not a sign of who they are right now. And I think that it's time for my first money line play right now. I believe I've made a few money line plays, and they haven't been that successful. I'm doing very well on the -1s. We're going to have all those records out soon. And I have to do this. I have to add Colorado to my card. -101 at Pinnacle. Ronnie Christie said, Jimmy, I just put 2 units on Washington, 1 unit on Colorado last night. Great job. Or not just, but great job. And there's Barbecue Sauce Titty play today. So that wasn't. AM's first place were just wins. This is Fat win. Okay, let's get into that. Here we go. AM. I'm going to copy and paste AM's action right now. And Austin Kowalski. You know what? There's going to be an enormous amount of value on unders right now. And we saw that last night. An enormous amount of unders, value on unders. Mama Joma says, yes, good call. I must do this. I'm not going to sit and hum and haw all day. I should have got the plus line. I didn't wait for the right time. I'm getting -101 at Pinnacle. My first addition on this late card, I'm adding the Colorado Avalanche on the money line to take out the Pittsburgh Penguins, especially if this goes into extras. I think I have an advantage with the Colorado Avalanche. Okay, so let's move on to the Capitals. I got the Capitals on the -1 line. I got -113 at Bookmaker and +220 at Heritage. If you want the Capitals right now, the best you can get is -118. So there hasn't been a huge move. But Mama Joma said it right. Broke this down in the way I was thinking when I was backing these Capitals. I was so confident in the spot for the Capitals that I didn't even care if Hope was going to be in goal, but I'd prefer Samsonov. Basically, the thinking is the exact same reason why we backed the Tampa Bay Lightning yesterday with great success is the same reason we're backing the Washington Capitals here. We believe this team is an elite hockey team. They get embarrassed by the Colorado Avalanche, and now they're out for blood. This is their 4th home game, and they don't have a win under their belt. It's very, very, very easy. Very easy spot to me. Daryl Lyles says, yo, South Alabama +17. We will talk about that soon, but I'm not in love with that. I find it's a bit of a tricky spot, actually, to be honest with you. I find it a bit of a tricky. College football game. So next up, the Capitals to me is not difficult. Now, I do think that these young teams like the Leafs are going to be better at back-to-backs than other teams, especially when they had a 4-1 lead going into the third period and took their foot off the gas last night. All right, let's keep rolling. Jason Kelly, South Alabama correlated with the under, in my opinion. I think that is a shrewd comment there, Jason Kelly. I agree with that. All right, Stars, Blackhawks. Let's take a look at what's going on here. We're going to go to money lines and totals here at sportsreview.com, SBR odds page. Dallas, Columbus. Columbus opening up at -109, and now they are the dog. Dallas has become the dog, and Dallas is an angry team. A Raven in the desert, like in Southern Alabama as well. RMK says, Jimmy, the shakeup in the Caps lines for this game doesn't bother you. No, I need Reardon. I don't like Reardon. Let me put that, but I need him to do something. This team is not playing well. They're not playing accountable defensively. So, I'd like him to do something. Shake it up. So I like that. Gate Pasky says, love the Caps tonight too. Man, they have to be up for this one. They have to. Miguel Angel says, Jimmy, what do you think about Southern Alabama team total over 9.5 first half? It depends how you see this game, Miguel. If you see this game approaching that over total, then I would back it. So, I'm confused with this game, Miguel, and I'd rather somebody in the chat. What's Jason Kelly say about this? Jason Kelly, what do you think about Miguel taking the South Alabama team total over 9.5? Eric Nisbet on the under 55. So it's a tricky spot that I don't feel like I could lead you in the right direction, and I'm not going to try. So I'm off there. And Eric Nisbet, Denver plus 3.5 and the under 48.5 for tomorrow. I'm close to making a move on that under as well. I like that you're on it. Austin Kowalski liking the under, saying the under 9.5 team total. It's not something that I would jump on. Like, it's not something that appeals to me when I see it. Okay. Remmo says Jimmy just spoke while drinking from the mug. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. Thank you for sticking with me with the problems that we're having. There's the big guy, Bubba says Lean Troy. Low-key, South Alabama starting running back. Won't be playing. All right. And Mohamed Joe is saying Price is bottom 10 goal in the league. Montreal should have won that game easily last night. Maybe the Habs can send him over to your Nucks. No, we don't want him, man. Too expensive. And we love what we're getting from Markstrom, even though he's in Sweden right now. Stars, Jackets. This is the same thing that we're dealing with the Capitals. It's just that I don't trust the Stars. I do really like their line changes. I think that's a smart move. Now they have 3 lines. All can put the puck in the net. Corey Perry making his Dallas Stars debut this evening. I like that as well. I like that they put back together that first line from last season. I like the buttons that Montgomery presses, and they need to win. I expect them to get a win here. I am not making a move. There's the sports keg in the house saying, who do you guys like in the NCAA game tonight? And it's a tough spot. It's a tough spot, sports keg. All right. So, Stars, Jackets, it's a no play for me. But now, when we see this huge move to the Stars, sure, maybe they had a bit of value when they were a plus. But to take a team that's 1-5-1 on the road, I would prefer to get plus 125 or plus 130. All right. And Nutflush says, sorry, taking Troy. Nutflush Allen backing Troy tonight. Diesel Eugene bringing his UFC Friday picks, and the big guy Bubba backing our guy Nutflush Allen. All right, going to copy and paste that right now. Copy and paste. And Miles House saying, not sure why anyone's on South Bama. And Jason Kelly saying, Troy defense is down this year, but it's a rivalry game. Definitely Sun Belt rivalry game. Battle for the belt. But I don't... Oh, and there's Ron Crawford. Ron Crawford, not afraid. Not afraid to back Southern Alabama. It's a tricky game. I find both the side and the total difficult, so I apologize for not giving you, not leading in the right direction. Okay, let's keep going to this NHL card. It's a very interesting one. And next up, we have this Flyers-Oilers spot. A perfect situation where you can make a legitimate argument for each side. Edmonton opens up at minus 125. There's been an 8-cent move towards the Flyers on the second half of a back-to-back. You don't see that very often. AM says, for anyone interested, I'll be putting my Grand Slam curling action in the chat next week for the Women's Masters tourney. Love it, AM. Love it. Thank you, please. Thank you. And Big Guy Bubba got Troy at minus 14. Great job. And Mr. Rizzo says they always play him tough. Flyers, Oilers, I would prefer, if I was back in the Oilers, I'd prefer Smith to be in goal. Don't trust Koskinen. Think he's going to lose his job. We have an Oilers team that's playing way over their head. Value's gone. And we have a Flyers team. We have so many teams tonight. And we just talked about 3 in a row with the Capital Stars. Now the Flyers that are angry. Flyers controlled the play against Vancouver and then showed nothing against Calgary, which was good for us. We were on the Flames minus 1. So it was good for us. I do not want to back either team here. And I want to fade the Oilers. I hope the Oilers win tonight so I can fade them next game. They're a team that I want to fade. Jason Kelly back in the oil. Ron Lawton says, my Yotes have played everyone tough so far. I would love a playoff spot. It's been a while. I think that it could be in the cards for you guys. Although losing Halverson is a big loss. All right, let's move on to Sabres at Ducks. Ducks opened up at minus 126. They're still there. There's been no movement on the side or the total in this game all day long. And it's another spot. And RMK under in this game, leaning Flyers money line for the side. I get that, RMK. I get that a lot. A-Spit's also liking the under in the Flyers game. Sabres, Ducks. This is a spot where I think Carter Hutton is playing over his head. But I understand when Carter Hutton's playing well, this team is going to win. So I can understand backing them, but I do not want to back a Sabres team on the first game of a road trip against the Ducks, who are undefeated at home and playing well. So I hear you, Rafa. We'll keep powering through my guy. Norm L on the Avs and Sharks tonight as well. Jason Kelly said, if you don't trust Koskinen, then is he over the play? No, I do not trust a Philadelphia Flyer team right now with getting no production from their defense and not getting the right outlet passes. I do not think this Flyers team is going to be an over-trending team unless we get Patrick back and he's playing good hockey. Dealing with migraines, out of the lineup right now. Jesse Nemeth liking the Ducks. I get that. I am off this Flyers-Oilers game happily. Gonna watch it, sit back, and happily be off of it. Sabres, Ducks, Carter, Hutton, Gibson, another game that I'm gonna happily be off. I want to fade the Ducks as much as possible, but I don't want to do it with the Sabres. Sabres have been great this year. Look, 11 points out of 12, best starts in 2008-09. And they have depth at forward, and the Dahlin is spectacular. This could be a very, very good hockey team soon. And are they now? You can make the debate that they are. I'm not making a move back in them. And then the spot that I loved, man, and talk about, I guess I didn't smash this line. I got minus 125 for the Sharks this morning. Why did I think? So just a 6 cent move for me. I apologize, Prince of the City. I apologize. Drinking Hand says you are absolutely right. Koskinen is bad. The only reason, yes, Kyrie, no baseball game tonight. The only reason why Koskinen looks so bad is because Cam Talbot's even worse than Koskinen. Simple situation there. Hurricanes, Sharks. Look, this is a 3-0 team on the road. Ronnie Christie says, I'm a 4-hour drive from Edmonton. The crowd's going to be rowdiest they've ever been in a long time. After that wicked start on the road, Edmonton buries one early. I can see them running away with it. And I feel that. Rashad Sutton is on the under in that Sabres game. I'm not sure early in the year if these Ducks are going to be that, a dead under team. And we will see. We will see. Not applicable says Sharks shit the bed. I do not think they do. I think the Sharks step up here. I think the Sharks get out of this hole that they put themselves in. And I think they roll. I love going up against Reimer. Although Reimer's going to be a fine backup for the Hurricanes, I think they're going to get there. RMK Sharks first period is a play. Canes will have very tired legs to start, much like they did last night on Sharks Puck Line as well. I love seeing that. Ron Crawford also on the Sharks spreadsheet play. And the Sharks are going to go for their third consecutive win. I believe they're going to get it. I like this spot. I like fading a team like the Hurricanes, 6-1, 3-0 on the road, second half of a back-to-back. I'm fading both road teams on the second half of a back-to-back. And I feel great about it. So there is my NHL card right there. NHL card, book it. Sharks, Caps. And then I just added the Colorado Avalanche late. And I hope that doesn't burn me. There's Raymond Reichart in the house. We're going to be joined by Al Mack here in 15 minutes, which gives us an opportunity to do a couple things. And why don't I let you guys decide how you want to do it? We can start breaking down NHL tomorrow, if you guys would like. Or I could go over my NFL picks, which is actually what I'd prefer. Actually what I would prefer. So I'm going to start doing that right now. Raymond Reichart on the Caps -1 so far. I think that's great. And much love, Kate Pesky. Much love. And Ron Crawford, spreadsheet plays Buffalo, Colorado, San Jose. All right. Let's stay focused and get back to work here. My first look on this NFL card. And Al Mack, looking forward to it. Al Mack swept CFL last week, put $400 in my pocket. And Jerome Sack saying Freddie Fuckface trolling us. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Chris Temple says Caps and Sharks are very wise plays. I agree, and I hope I didn't mess it up by taking the Avalanche here. I hope I didn't mess it up. So I may have. Glenn Elliott Man says, tomorrow, Vegas blowout coming. Pickle Rick says NFL picks sound good. Let's get after it. We've won 3 weeks in a row in NFL, and I put myself in a terrible hole with the unbelievably bad week 2 and week 3. Unbelievably bad. So because of that, I'm starting to get myself out of it, and I believe that we can get out of it. Let's get to work right now. All right, my first look on this card is my 2-unit play in the Pick 6 contest. And that, my friends, is the under 40.5 in Miami, Buffalo. Fitzpatrick at quarterback does not concern me at all. I know that Flash, who will be on the show tomorrow, is backing the Fish, plus 16.5. Let's see what kind of moves we've had on this 16.5 for these Fish. And Miami, Buffalo opening at 39.5. Am I logged in? Yeah, opening up at 39.5 and now at 40.5 at some books. This is something that I like very, very much. I like it very, very much. I don't see the Bills being able to put up a ton of points ever. They're just not that type of team. The Dolphins are going to have trouble scoring. I just see this as a blatantly obvious play, and getting the extra point sounds good to me. I'm not scared of that market move towards the over. We have 10 miles per hour wind, not going to be cold, 60 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy. We have the Bills coming off a bye, not a high-powered offense. They don't put up a ton of points. We have a top 5 D. There's Fitzpatrick. Who cares if it's Fitzpatrick or Rosen? There's no protection and no weapons. No protection and no weapons. That's my 2-unit look in the Pick 6 contest, and I put a full unit on the Dolphins-Bills under 6. Dolphin-Bills. Guillermo says, I'm just learning hockey, but why wouldn't you fade Ducks coming home from a long road trip first game back? Oh, because I don't trust the Sabres on the first game of a road trip. So it's different sides of the coin there. I do not want the Sabres on the first game of a road trip. You know, in fact, if a team's lost 4 straight, they get on the road, I'll back them. But if a team's having a great start to the year, gets out on the road, I don't want them. There's Joe DeLeon says, I'm going to parlay all your picks today. They better win. Joe DeLeon, I would prefer you just parlay my Capitals and Sharks, to be honest with you. I'm nervous about adding that spot with these Avalanche. Teddy B says, Jimmy, I told you Vikings last week, and I'm telling you this week, take them again. Vikings on turf cover over 85% of games last 5 years. Yes, I did want to back them. I certainly did. I wanted to back Austin Kowalski backing my look on the underball Bills. I did want to back the Vikings, and I still may. There's a bunch of plays that I'm close to making moves on. There was some that I needed to get in, and I got those in. Let's look at my second look on this card. I'm taking the Colts. So the first look is backing the Bills off a bye. I'm taking these teams off of buys. I'm taking the Colts. I'm taking the Raiders. We'll get to that soon, but I'm on the Colts here. Look, I know that the Texans are a very dangerous team. I really do. I know that they're a very dangerous team, but I don't want them. Dutch Boy Fresh at Broncos, Jimmy, they will run all over that suspect team. They will get to Mahomes. Yeah, I like it, Dutch Boy. I'm uncomfortable with Thursday nighters, and I just think I might need a little bit more time. But, I think I'm going to stay. I've had too many people say, man, the Sharps are wrong, Chiefs are going to run. So I'm a little uncomfortable. Diehard MMA, the star of the Diehard MMA podcast, Anna Merrick says Vikings was my best bet last week and are again this week. Nice job. Okay, so my second look on this card is the Colts. Just a more complete team. I have a huge coaching advantage with Reich over O'Brien. The Colts are going to be able to minimize what the Texans do well. The Colts are going to come back healthy, and they're going to take care of business. So now, in my 7 bets, I can only make 6 for the pick 6, and I did end up cutting this one. I did end up cutting the Colts. All right, Casano Magic got Raiders +6. Why don't we go to that right now, because we've been talking about that. And I'm on with you, Rich G, on the Rams. I took the Raiders. I got 5.5. I was late to the party. I wish I had got earlier. Headshot says I would take the Broncos if Chubb was in. Mahomes is slippery and will run to the opposite side of Miller. I'm a little uncomfortable with the side in that spot, to be honest with you. Drinking Hand says Anaheim is Eakins as a coach. They will start losing. Remember, people always look at the coach in hockey too. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't trust Eakins. They're going to start losing, and we're going to get a ton of value fading them. All right, my next NFL play is on these rascally Raiders. Man, I'm going to back these Oakland Raiders off the bye against the Packers team that's on a short week. Completely down. My whole face. All right, I think we might be back. We're back. Okay, sorry, you guys. Most of my looks are stoner looks, Ron Lofton. Barry Block says, yes, Jimmy, I'm with you on the Oakland play. Okay, so let's keep rolling along. So I've got 7 plays, and I'd like to talk about the games I haven't made yet, but I just want to get this out so you guys know exactly what I'm on right now. My next look was almost my 2-unit play. Very close. That was the 49ers Redskins under 41.5. I like this play very much. Has there been any movement on this? It opened at 42.5 and now 41s. Look, there's almost no 41.5s left. Wow. Oh, no, there is. There still is. What am I talking about? There's a bunch. What am I talking about? There's 141. All right, sorry, I freaked out. Got a little excited. Saw Pinnacle 41, Bookmaker 41, and got excited. Okay, no, that's all right. Oh, NFL spreadsheet, Denver, Baltimore, Oakland. Wow, I like that. There's Rod Zawacki in the house. Sharks money line, Buffalo money line, Oilers under 6.5. And the audio's fixed. 2. All right, beautiful. Okay, so I'm on the 49ers Redskins under, and this is a pretty simple cap. Like, I'll look at my notes briefly. I don't even really need them. About why the Niners are so good. Look, they're down to like their 4th and 5th tackles, and they're winning against good football teams. And we saw what the Cowboys look like without their 2 starting tackles, and they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. Video gone again. Please tell me that's not the case. Okay, we're good. I'm going to keep rolling. This Niners team is going to go into Washington, do the job with their great defense, and they have no reason to put up 45 points. Get in, get the W, get out healthy. It's that simple. Run the ball, move the clock, get in and out. I love this under 41.5. I like it very, very much. Barry Block says the only thing that scares me about the Raider plays Trent Brown might be suspended. Big piece of the O-line. He absolutely is a big piece of the O-line. Non-Puddle says Washington sucks. This under 41.5 is a play I love very, very, very much, and was very close to becoming my 2-unit look. Then I am backing Tannehill and the Titans. I love this. The Chargers look awful. They get Hunter Henry back, and nothing good happens. I mean, he gets 2 touchdown passes. I should say nothing good, but the offense still looks like trash. Phillip Rivers looks bad. Melvin Gordon hasn't made an impact. Keenan Allen looks invisible. Not yet, Prince of the City. Not yet. I hesitated taking the Eagles at +3 because it's their second game on the road, and I just don't like that spot. Big Guy Bubba says Washington couldn't beat Bama or LSU. Man, that would be a fun game. All right, so number 6 is Titans -2 with Tannehill. The Icon says this is my 2-unit play. Tennessee money line. Not people says Chargers do look bad. I like this spot very much. I'm happy that I have Tannehill. I think he sparks the team, and I think the Titans take care of business at home. Then finally, New Orleans Bears under 38. I got it at 38.5 at Pinnacle -114 for show purposes, but I got the 38 here. Guru says I could see the Raiders absolutely laying an egg in Green Bay. We aren't that good. Packers are only going to get better if Adams comes back. Green Bay by 20. I don't agree with that, Guru. We watched the Raiders. The Raiders are just so much better than we expected them to be. And it's time to admit that. Look, they came in to Indy and beat them badly. This is a good team. You know? I understand why you'd be down on the Raiders team. It's been a tough few years for you. But I'm comfortable backing them. Very comfortable. There's Freddie Holland in the house. We've got Freddie Holland joining us. Dutch Boy Fresh says they don't win this game. I fade them the rest of the season. Are you talking about Titans, Dutch Boy? Titans. Okay, yeah, Titans. All right, so Titans and Randy Lockhart, our guy, the author. Randy Lockhart in the house. Sharks money line, Ducks money line. I'm on Sharks -1. I'm on the under in this New Orleans Bears game. And again, I do not care who's at quarterback for the Bears. I'd probably prefer Chase, to be honest with you. Bears are home, coming off a bye. Come on. How easy is that? It's not enough for me to take them to win the game or cover. But I want to see what Teddy B can do moving the ball here. Oh, beautiful, Muhammad. I love hearing that. Let's get it. I love hearing that. Saints Bears, I'm on the under. I bet it at 38. I got it for show purposes at 38.5. Muhammad Jones says, Bears my most confident pick in the NFL this week. Saints won't score at all. I like the under here. And again, I'm not concerned. Randy Lockhart, I love the Sharks tonight. And look at Muhammad Jones, Bears best bet. Dad fan says, I like all home teams in the NHL tonight, and that scares me. I don't think it should scare you. I think it should scare you when you like all road teams. If you are finding reasons to back home teams early in the season, I don't think that should concern you, Dad fan. Don't let it. Although, I mean, yeah, don't let the fact that they're home teams scare you. Don't let it do it. All right, those are my 7 looks. We're going to be joined by Al Mack here in 2 minutes. So now, wouldn't mind talking out a couple plays that I'm interested in. Let's talk about Chiefs Broncos under. And over 3.5 field goals. Okay, Eddie Hopeson. You scared me there, Eddie. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. I think it's going to be a low-scoring battle, man. I think it's going to be a low. And Freddie Holland, our guy Freddie Holland, whom you should follow on Twitter. Freddie Holland says Capitals win tonight for sure. I like hearing that a lot. Brody says, have you seen Teddy Bridgewater's ATS spread a record as a Saint. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, the guy's a very good quarterback. Look, I'm not going to take the Bears. I'm not going to take the Bears, but I love this under, and I'm not scared of going under a 38. And who gave me that confidence? None other than Noli Knows gave me that confidence to not be afraid to go under these low totals. Not be afraid to go under those low totals. All right, let's talk about leans now. Leans that I may make. First off, I'm interested in this under in Chiefs Broncos. And Nutflush on taking a peek at Miami team total under. I've been having bad luck with these low team total unders. And I just going to stay off right now. Going to stay off. All right. I'm interested in the Cardinals Giants over. I'm interested in that under in Texans Colts, but I was talked off of it after the audible. Donnie sees points in this game. Dolphins. Freddie Allen says, do you like Kansas, mate? Thank you, Freddie Allen, my man. No, I'm very uncomfortable with Kansas. And very uncomfortable with the Chiefs. Take it easy says, Cats for sure. The Leafs have heavy legs. Yeah, I'm with you. Yes, Matthew Owen, over in Cardinals Giants game, but this is a lean that has to be worked out. We're going to talk about it Friday. I'm not making any more moves until the audible on Friday is what I expect. It's what I expect. And Dutch Boy Fresh says, if you like the under, Broncos definitely the look. Dolphins Bills under, I'm already on. I'm interested in the Lions. I'm interested in the Vikings here. They're starting to roll. The division's up for grabs. We talked about Cousins needing that game against the Giants to gain confidence. They're such a balanced squad. And I'm leaning towards backing the Vikings. I'm already on the Raiders. This Jaguars game just feels like it's too good to be true, and I think it's going to blow up in Jaguars fans or backers' faces, to be honest with you. But I'm not. Under no circumstances will I take the Bengals. I was interested in that over in Rams-Falcons. I still am, but I made a move on the Rams. There's Dan Kelly in the house. PGA going off in less than an hour. Dan Kelly joining us, and Dan Kelly will be here come basketball season. He's a sage on the hard courts. Hard court, I should say. Hard courts does sound like tennis. Sorry, my fault. Next up, Niners-Redskins under. Very comfortable there. I'm on the Titans against the Chargers. I have interest in the under there. But what if Tannehill does spark this offense? Ravens, Seahawks, I'm interested in the over, but I really need to nail down what the weather's going to be like. It showers. And a lot of people said it's not going to bother the Seahawks. They're used to it. It's not going to bother the Ravens who have a running game. I don't want to take an over now if it's going to be a ton of rain. There's going to be a ton of rain. Headshot, does anyone know if Ramsey's playing? I think he's playing. I hope he's playing. Saints Bears is the under. Dan Kelly getting love in the chat as he deserves. I'm interested in the Eagles, but 2 straight road games scares me. I'm also interested in the over in Eagles at Cowboys. And then I have some interest in the under in Patriots Jets. So we're going to be moving more. Take it easy says free money tonight with South Alabama Troy under 56. Is that still at 56? Let's get to it right now. We're going to call up our guy, Al Mack. Rafa, if you can holler at Al Mack for me, thank you very much. And hear what Al Mack has. Al Mack has looks in NHL. Al Mack has looks in CFL and NFL. So we're going to hear his breakdowns. And this total, wow, the 17.5s are gone, interestingly enough. The 17.5s are gone. And they're 55.5 right now available in the total. And it's just a game that I'm going to stay off. Matthew Owen says Niners going to cover. I think Shanahan wants to put the points this week. Defense got a chip on their shoulder. I certainly would never take the Redskins. That's for sure. That's the last thing I would do is take the Redskins. But I just don't feel like it's necessary for them to put up a big score. It's just get in, get out. Ron Crawford, Philadelphia plus 3.5. Good job. Good job. I like that. Drinking Hand says, I'm taking KC one more time. I'm giving Andy Reid one more chance. I think KC by 10. Wow. Steve Priest, Baltimore plus 3.5. Lamar running in the rain. Yeah, Steve Priest, the rain is a tricky part. And Prince of the City laughing at the Eagles. Prince of the City went alternate lines to get a big score, fading his hometown Eagles last week. I love his hate for them. It put such a big smile on my face. It looks like we have Al Mack locking in. Rafa, will you give me the thumbs up when we're good to go? Please, thank you. Mohamed Joma on the Denver money line tomorrow. Mohamed Joma not afraid to take these dogs on the money line for big scores. We have the thumbs up. It's time to bring in our guy, Al Mack, fresh off sweeping CFL, which was needed. Al Mack, if you didn't get me on that CFL spot, one was a correlated play with Kelly McMillan on the over in the Stamps Saskatchewan Roughriders game, but I wouldn't be up for the month and I wouldn't have this smile on my face. So Al Mac, thank you so much for your guidance in CFL. But let's start in NHL. And here, you've already tempted us with 3 plays on the Toronto Maple Leafs. First off, let me welcome you to the show. How are you doing on this Wednesday evening, Al Mac?
Very good, man. How's it going?
It's going good, man. We're rolling ROI at just under 23% in NHL, which is right where I want it. So I feel good. I feel confident, and I'm looking forward to hear your breakdown. 3 plays on this Leafs game, and that's what Al's been focusing on, is this one team. And I like the angle. Al Mac, Toronto Maple Leafs, Washington Capitals. Take it away.
Yeah, I just think it's a thing that I've been looking at this year. We've had a lot of popularity on these first period overs in the past 18 months or so. So what I'm going to be focusing on is the under in the first period. And then what I'm going to also focus on is if you pair, say if you split a unit, you pair your under 1.5 with plus money, and then on the underdog team on the first period at plus money, scoreless first period, you win 1 bet, you push the other. 1-0 for the dog, you win both bets. 2-0 for the dog, you lose your under, but make your money back with the underdog. The only way you can lose is if the favorite ends up scoring 2, and so it's something that I'm going to be on when I like a dog and an under. I'm going to be focusing on making that correlated kind of bet. So I like the Leafs first period plus 105, the first period under 1.5 at plus 160, and then I'm going to put a full unit on the under 6.5 at plus 115. I just think the Leafs play, from what I've seen, the Leafs play a little bit better defensively in front of Hutchinson. Scratch a line through what we saw in that Montreal game. That was kind of embarrassing, but I think that they're going to try to play them more. They're not going to let those fast breaks like you saw versus Minnesota and Tampa. I just think, they're going to play. This will be a more defensive-minded game. These are 2 teams that they have a bit of a history against each other. A previous playoff matchup a couple years ago. It'll be the first time that we'll see these teams play without Kadri in the lineup for quite a while. So I just think it'll have a different feel. I don't think it'll be wide open as some of these games have been in the past. So I like the under here. I think that 6.5 might just be about a half point too much.
Cap'n 24/7. Yeah, I tried. Sorry, Al. Quickly, I tried to fix that for you, and it's going to be fixed. There was nobody in the office at that time, so I'm going to get this for you, Cap'n 24/7. Don't worry. On the list, we will take care of you. You know what? I saw that plus 115, and I was very interested. I saw that plus 115, like you, this big move towards the over. Chris Temple not liking your looks, but when I looked at that plus 115 on the under 6.5. A lot of these plus lines, like the plus 120, 125 on the over in Dallas, Columbus, the plus 120 in the over in Buffalo, Anaheim. I mean, these are very appealing looks. And when you stick to these big plus spots in totals, I think it can be successful. What's your feeling on Michael Hutchinson? Do people trust him up there in the 6?
I just think that his numbers are kind of inflated because of that bad Montreal game. He's a lot better than Sparks was. So I just think that Hutchinson, he's a bigger guy. He seems to have more of a reactionary kind of the style that Anderson has. He plays low, plays on his knees a lot. I like him. He's looked good. He's just this defense, especially at home, they leave big holes open. They kind of lose focus. It's something that I'm going to be focusing on all season with this team, is fading them at home, but they are a way better road team. So I just think I think this will be a lot closer. I don't think it's justified for the Leafs to be plus 105 in the first period. I just think it should be closer to pick them, really, in my opinion.
I'm back in the Caps here. The Caps are an angry group, and I think they're going to play well here. I do not trust Reardon at all. I don't think he's a good coach. And I trust Babcock. Oh, Babcock from Saskatchewan. I trust him a lot. But I hear your looks. Those are Al's looks on NHL. Al Mac, we've been talking NFL, so it's a perfect segue into NFL. What are you thinking here on this National Football League card starting tomorrow night? Do you have a look on the Thursday game, and what are the spots that you're going to be attacking?
Yeah, I actually, I've stayed off the Thursdays for the past week, 2 weeks, just because I've been getting beat up badly on them. But I'm kind of hesitant to make this play. But I like Denver here against Kansas City. I think that I've seen some people in the chat talking about Chubb being a loss for Denver. I don't think they are. I think this is kind of a Ewing theory type thing where Chubb coming out of the lineup has given some other guys some opportunities. I don't know if it was a personal thing or an attitude, a guy in the locker room type thing, but I think Fangio kind of has more of a hold on this defense now. They're very good defense. They've kept their opponent to, I think, 17 points in the past 2 games. They average only 17.7 points against. I have them as the 7th best defense in the league. Kansas City, they got a lot of problems with their offensive line, and then their defense is just terrible. I think this game is going to be a lot closer, and I outright do believe that the Broncos can win this game. And I'm hesitant to make this play, but I like Denver on the +3. I already bet that in the contest, and I bet it pretty hefty.
All right,
this gets to 3.5. I might double up on it. So I really, really like the Broncos in this game.
Yeah. You know what? If I didn't have a couple people in my ear telling me, man, the Sharps are wrong, the public will win with the Chiefs, I would be backing it with you. But I've had guys I respect say, look, Chiefs. So I'm expecting just to stay off at this point. But if I was given a free play, I'd be on the Broncos without a doubt. And I like where your head's at on the Thursday nighter. Al Mac backing the Broncos. By the way, in the Pick 6 contest, Al doing incredible work here. Incredible work. Let's pull it out right now. Al, 2014-2, up 6.18 units in 162nd place. And we've had some guys really struggling at the back end. Really, really struggling. One of those, Drew Martin, no longer struggling. 6-0. Drew Martin, 6-0 week to get to 18-18. Great job, Drew Martin. Fighting the good fight and rolling. Okay, let's go. Let's keep rolling along. Thursday nighter on the Broncos for Al Mac. What else do you have up your sleeve this weekend in NFL?
Oh, I just wanted to also add that I've been following. I'm going to be on the under in that Thursday night game as well. Just something I've been following. Primetime games to the under in 2019. 15-4, and then primetime games in the first half, the under 12-6-1. So I'm just gonna go with what has worked. I haven't bet a total in this contest yet, but I like the Denver under 48.5. I like that a lot as well. And then also you said that you were talking about. I jumped on Washington, San Francisco under 42. I think that is an absolutely amazing play. Something that I picked up on Twitter since 2012. 31 times a home team has been a double-digit underdog. 27 of those 31 times the game has gone under. So, I think San Francisco. I have them as the second best defense in the league right now. I have Washington as the 28th defense in the league. I don't think San Francisco is going to try to put up margin here. I highly doubt. My model has Washington scoring 14 points. 26-14 is what my model gave me. I highly doubt Washington will be able to score 14 points. I love the under in this one. It'll be probably my biggest play of the week.
I love hearing that. It was almost my 2-unit play. It was very close to being my 2-unit play in the pick six. I just put a unit on it like I did with all these bets, but I love it too. And I find it very interesting. And another guy who's been eating on these first half unders in primetime games, Muhammad Joma in our chat. Also, Ixnizzle 420 joining us. Golden State of Mind in the house as well. And EJV, we've stopped shooting that show live. We now record a tight little 22-minute episode of that show, so we're not doing it live at this point. So I apologize for that. Yes, I'm surprised that this total's gone back to 49 in that Broncos game. Interesting. I thought this under would keep getting hit, and it has not. And Fam says, I cannot take my Niners here. 10 points is too much. I love the under as well. Oh, that makes me feel great. All right, so we've seen some early looks from our Al Mac. Al Mac liking the Broncos and the under. Al Mac liking the under in the Redskins game as well. What else do you have on your card come this Sunday?
I also I like Houston. My model is telling me to go with Indianapolis, but it's just one of those things. The road teams have just been completely dominating ATS, and they've just been extremely profitable. It's just one of those things. I just have a feeling you're getting that sweet spot with this Houston. I think is the better team. I think we're overvaluing home field advantage this year. So I have on my power ratings as Indy 2 points better than Houston at home. I think it's the other way around. I think this will be like a 24-21 final, one way or the other. But I have Houston in the pick six contest.
I'm going heads up with you, Al. I've taken the Colts. Now, I had to take one of my bets out of the pick six contest, and this is the one I took out, so take that for what it's worth. But I really like the Reich off of a bye up against O'Brien. I just think they're going to be able to slow down the key parts of this. I mean, how do you slow down DeAndre Hopkins? Although he did miss a few catches against the Chiefs that kind of shocked me. But I'm backing these Colts here, getting healthier off the bye. So going heads up against Al Mac in that spot. Torino says, Torino, nice to have him in chat, says, Colts off a bye, should be healthy here. Houston defense still has a weak pass rush. I'm on the Colts, got +1. Great job. And Headshot says, be careful, D-Hop is questionable. I did read that. I do expect him to be back. Torino says, Leonard should be back. That's going to be huge. If we can get Darius in the lineup, we're in big, great shape. And I capped this thinking that he would be back in the line. That's dangerous when you do that early in the week. And I may have made a mistake with the Rams because it was between the Rams and Colts who I was going to take out. And I was like, you know what? Maybe Jalen Ramsey changes everything. And Fam says Jags game under 44 is my lean. You like that? I'm uncomfortable with this spot in the Bengals. I should have been on the under with you last weekend, and I didn't do it. And I'm uncomfortable because when I looked at this first opening line, I was like, why, how do we not take out $1,000 and put it on the Jags here? And I was like, whoa, slow down. And haven't even used it. I haven't even bet it. And I may not. Al Mac, anything else on your NFL card?
Yeah, I also I like Minnesota. I think that Detroit probably getting they've had a lot of close games here. I think that they might be rated a little bit better than what they actually are. They're still allowing like 413 yards per game. You look at Minnesota, they haven't been the best offensively, but their defense is pretty good. They've only allowed 310 yards per game on average, 15.5 points per game. Again, another road team. I think that we're just overvaluing home field advantage. I wrote about that with on SBR this week. I just think week in and week out, there's something with the referees. The referees aren't favoring the home team anymore, and there's travel, technology. I think that these road teams are getting better at playing on a visiting field. So I like Minnesota here. I think that this is a good spot where I think Detroit is being overvalued and Minnesota is being undervalued. I have Minnesota 5 points better than Detroit on the road, so 8 points better on a neutral field. I think this line is that I got Minnesota -1. I really, really like that.
This was a move I came close to making. And we have Teddy B in our chat saying, hammer it again. And Merrick saying, hammer it again. They were both on the Vikes last week. I'm close to making a move here, and I bet you I get it done. I have 3 stars beside it, and I went with the 4-star games that I've already bet. Ant Fam says Colts game under 47.5. I kind of love that. I almost made that move too, and I got talked off of it on the Audible. So I like hearing that, Ant Fam. I could get back on. I love your look on the Vikings. I shouldn't say love it. I like your look on the Vikings. If I loved it, I would have already bet it. But now that I hear that you're on it, I think I will back it again. Tomino says Cousins looked great against a horrible Eagles secondary. Detroit's defense is much better. Okay, I hear that. Okay, let's keep rolling, Al. What's next? Anything else on your card, or should we jump to CFL?
Well, I'm just gonna. I don't really have much to handicap it, but I'm gonna continue to ride with the trend of the primetime games under. So I'm gonna throw in Dallas, Philadelphia under 49.5. And New York Jets, New England under 43. I like both of those a lot, simply just because I'm blindly betting these unders in these primetime games for no rhyme or reason. I don't know what it is exactly, but these teams are coming out they're coming out flying and then slowing down, or slowing down, and then it starts to speed up in the fourth quarter. You got a lot of coaches that aren't utilizing their timeouts or their point accumulation properly. So I just think that again, the first half and full game unders in these primetime games, auto bet for me until they're no longer profitable.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And as I said, Muhammad been preaching the same thing on the first half. So, if it keeps putting money in your pocket, take it. Ant Fam says I lean towards the Patriots under. I lean towards the Patriots under as well. And I'm with Farshad. I have a lean towards that over in Eagles Cowboys. I have a lean towards the over right now. So I shall continue capping it. But I get if there's a move that keeps putting money in your pocket, why would you leave it? So I get that. I absolutely get that. All right, Al, let's move on to CFL, and I am all ears. Al Max swept the board last week. So Al, I don't know, what do you say, Al, like 6 weeks into the year or something, said, look, I'm crushing sides. I'm not crushing totals. Let's focus solely on sides. And we've seen you reap the benefits. Reap the benefits, man. And let's continue the looks here. We got Argonauts, Alouettes. We got Rough Riders, BC Lions. We've already seen this Lions move 3.5 points to 7 with no Riley. We have Red Blacks, Tiger Cats, Blue Bombers, Stampeders. Al, take it away. Let's start with what's the spot in CFL that you like the most?
To be honest, I think this is a weird week, right? We're coming into the final stretch here. Some teams are more motivated than others. Some teams are locked in, like Montreal and Hamilton. Montreal isn't going to catch Hamilton. Hamilton is locked in that top position. So we need to benefit. We need to put in with our handicapping, also put in the motivation factor. It's hard. I really like Ottawa against Hamilton. I don't think that Hamilton should be 16.5 point favorites against Ottawa in the full game here. I just think that Hamilton is not going to want to win by margin. Ottawa's already down and out. I just think this game will be a lot closer. We'll probably see a lot more depth guys for Hamilton. I would lean Hamilton first half. They've been just destroying teams in the first half. But 16.5 points is way too many. I have Hamilton as 13 points at best better than Ottawa at home. So 16.5 is a stretch. I'm going to be on Ottawa. Hamilton is my favorite CFL team, but I got to bet against them here. Ottawa plus 16.5 at minus 110. I really like that.
Steve Priest saying Hamilton may rest guys. Viper MB says, Jimmy, what are we on in NHL? I took the Sharks and the Capitals -1 this morning and didn't just like those plays. I loved them. And then I talked myself into the Avs, and we'll see if that's going to be for better or for worse. But I did talk myself into Avs. I haven't bet it yet, but I've locked it in on the show, and I just think now the Penguins are overvalued after how well they've been playing. So that's what's up, Viper. Thank you for joining us. Viper MB got a new job, so he can only join us on the late shows, but he still comes in every day. Much love to you, Viper, OG low bagger. So our guy, Kelly McMillan, he says Hamilton Tiger Cats are frauds. Get ready to start fading them in big games. And what do you think of that statement?
No, I have to disagree, man. I saw Dane Evans live in Ottawa a couple weeks ago. Dane Evans is the real deal, man. Like when he first took over from Mazzoli, Evans did not look good. He looked like he had elastic legs, but he, in my opinion, looks like the best quarterback in the CFL right now.
Okay. And Steve Priest thinks that they might be resting people in this spot. The Ticats might be resting people. Do you think that that is part of this equation?
Well, it's not factored into the line if that's the case. And so if that is the case, bet Ottawa now because if news comes out that they might even rest Evans or only have Evans in select spots, it might move down to like 13 and a half. And if that happens, you're going to have a fat 16 and a half. So I'm going to bet this as soon as we're done here. I think at best, I have Hamilton 13 points better than Ottawa. You add in this motivation factor. I just think the Hamilton first half is probably what I'm going to be on, but Ottawa full game again. That's too many points in this point of the season.
Yeah, it's a very interesting play. And so you don't sound like you like this card much. Is there anything else that you're looking at?
I like Toronto against Montreal. It's one of those things where Montreal is stuck. Edmonton is chasing them basically for this. I believe that there's a chance that Edmonton could somehow host the crossover game instead of Montreal hosting the the East crossover game in Montreal. I think that Edmonton has a chance if they have more wins. It's kind of confusing when you look at how it breaks down. But again, I just think Toronto is one of those teams that aren't as bad as they look. They fired their GM last week, so I think that might be a bounce back spot. Montreal, they also might be resting guys. They're locked in the playoffs. If they think that they're better than Edmonton, they might just go ahead and do that. I only have Montreal as 4 points better than Toronto here at best, and the line is 10. And my power ratings have been doing quite well. I've gone against them a couple times, and I've been wrong. So I like Toronto here, but I'm not going to bet it right away because I think that Montreal might get some love. And if it gets to 10 and a half, if it gets to 11, that's where we'll really see some value.
Well, it's already moved to 11 at Pinnacle. It's Bet365 that's still hanging the 10. They're the problem there. Also, Bet365 hanging the 16 and a half in the Hamilton game. All the other books are 17 and a half. So Bet365 is always sharper with CFL action. And, it's because so many Canadians use it, predominantly over every other book. So Pinnacle, though, telling us the opposite. Pinnacle telling us to take the Alouettes here. Bet365 saying, man, the Argos are the spot. So very interesting early. And then, so what do you think about Riley being hurt? My guy Kelly McMillan says, hammer the Rough Riders. They're still playing for home field advantage.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't like going against my power ratings. I just said that, but my power ratings are spitting out that BC is about even with Saskatchewan on home field. I think that's dead, dead, dead wrong. Especially those numbers are based on Riley being in. I think that Riley leaving this team is probably an upgrade at this point. There's been some things said about his motivation, about some nefarious activities he's been involved with. So who knows? I just think that whoever's replacing him, it might be an upgrade for them. But at best, I think Saskatchewan is like at least 7 points better than BC. BC's done. Their season's over. Saskatchewan highly motivated. They want to win this game. Their fans travel well. This will probably be like a 60-40 Lions Riders fan scenario. So I'm not crazy about it. It'll probably be just like a 1 unit play for me, which is like kind of rare in CFL. I try to go big because there's only a few games, but yeah, I like Saskatchewan here minus the 7.
That makes sense. Those are moves that should be made. So Argos is big dogs, but waiting. Rough Riders at 7. I don't think that's going to stick around, even though it opened at 3.5. Drinking Hand says if Riley didn't get hurt in Edmonton, BC would have won. But the best news coming out of Edmonton is Moss is done at the end of the season. Yeah, Moss is a bum. a bum. Okay, and then Red Blacks, Ticats, Bombers, Stamps. We've already talked Red Blacks, Tiger Cats, liking Ottawa's a big. I think that might be a really sharp look to take the Red Blacks plus 17.5. Really, really, really sharp look. And then Bombers, Stamps, 7 points. Is that too many points for the Stamps? Break this down for me. What are you thinking here, Bombers, Stamps?
I just think Winnipeg is not half as good as they were without Nichols. You got Calgary. They're coming off, they should have beat Saskatchewan by a lot more. It was pretty disappointing that they didn't. It was pretty disappointing that they got beat in Montreal. I think this team should be mad. Calgary has been the hardest team to handicap. We think that they're this gaudy team, and then they come out with these terrible performances. But at home, they've delivered. I have them 8.5 points better than Winnipeg. The line's 6.5, so I think there's some value on Calgary here. Calgary's trying to stay. They want to finish this. They want to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, which they need to finish first for that to happen. So I think this will be a spot where Calgary will bounce back. I just think Winnipeg not as good as they were now that Nichols is out. So I like Calgary minus the 6.5. Again, my biggest plays will probably be this Ottawa play and the Toronto play. And then the two favorite plays, I'll probably just throw some casual money on, nothing too big. But I do like Calgary.
This all makes sense to me. Also, Rafa, could you pop up my CFL record after that sweep on Friday, 3-0? I'm now in the world of plus units and plus ROI, which is the world we want to spend time in now. Very much thanks to you, my friend. Almac, I love it. Almac giving us NHL, NFL, CFL looks, and he will be back on Friday with much, much more because Al grinds. I love that so much about him. Almac, my friend, can you let us know where we could find you on Twitter and tell us about your work at Spark Sports and here at Sportsbook Review?
Yeah, hit me up on Twitter at SparkAlmac. And then sparksports.ca, I put out my defensive power ratings in the NFL. I put out my full power ratings for the CFL week by week. And then I put out my early looks, ATS looks. When I write for SBR, I put out my teasers on Wednesdays. And then every Thursday, I have 2 college football parlays. That's kind of the only thing that I do with college football this year. I've had too much success in other leagues, but those parlays have been hitting, and they've been very popular. So check that out at Spark Sports Bets and at SparkAlmac. That's where you can find all of that content. And yeah, lots of stuff to come.
I love it. Almac, thank you so much for joining us. There he is, Almac. 3 sports hammering right now. Drinking Hansons from Edmonton. I hate Calgary, but Stamps win the cup, the Grey Cup. He is speaking of. All right, so you guys know my looks. We went over my NFL looks quickly. Miami, Buffalo under 40.5. Colts money line. Rams -3. And I got it at plus 100 at 5 times, which does concern me. Makes me think, like, is Ramsey going to be there or not? Raiders plus 5.5. San Francisco, Washington under 41.5, which I love. Titans -2. New Orleans, Bears under 38. Kieran saying, okay, Dope Ball Rock Sharks -1 with Flyers money line. Sweet. I like that. And in NHL, I'm on the Sharks Caps -1. And then the addition on the late show is the Avs. I got to go bet that. I'm going to tie that into an Avs future bet. I talked about making that in the morning. I did not do that in the afternoon, so I'm going to do that now. Before we put a bow on this bad boy, please welcome into the show none other than Freddie Fortune.
Hi, Jimmy.
Freddie, welcome.
Why are you crying?
I'm not crying. What the hell are you doing?
You look like you were crying on show.
I'm not crying at all. No, I haven't cried at all.
don't cry.
I haven't cried in years.
Crying babies like you.
Jesus, what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you wearing my
What the
hat?
hell is wrong with you?
Why are you wearing my
Huh?
hat? Why are you being an asshole? Why are you wearing my hat?
It's my hat, you piece of hat.
But you can't. It doesn't fit your giant head. Freddie.
What?
It doesn't fit your giant head.
My giant. It's not that big.
All right. Freddie, you son of a bitch. What's
Do
what
you
are you
look?
capping
Do you
today?
like how it looks?
No,
my
you-
hat on my head.
No, you look terrible. It looks
Should I
bad.
keep it?
Nobody cares about where you're gonna wear that hat. Nobody cares.
Why? Why are you so today?
What the hell does that mean?
You're all
Freddie-
pissed off with me. What's wrong?
You came in like a dick, man. What are you capping today? What's your sport?
Well, I handed to a very interesting place yesterday and Monday.
Yeah.
One lost, one won, and my Greek handball didn't go as expected.
No.
I lost by half a point, and my floorball play won. So I'm with floorball again.
Nice. Yeah, the Greeks have a rich history of having balls in their hands and juggling balls, putting balls around their faces.
I don't know.
That was thousands of years ago.
I'm not a man of culture, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. What is your? So you're going back to floorball?
Yeah, to Finland.
Finland. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a country.
Okay.
There's like a weird joke on the internet that says that Finland doesn't exist.
Joke is supposed to have a setup and then a punchline, so that's not
No,
a joke.
I'm telling you that punch.
Okay. All right.
You're funny.
You're not.
I don't care what you think.
Okay.
There's like a dozen of people that love my jokes. in
A
the
dozen?
chat. Yeah.
Okay.
There's this guy, Liberty Finder.
Yeah, I love Liberty Finder. He's in the chat right now.
Yeah, I remember that guy. I don't know if he still hates me, but
No. Liberty Finder.
how do you call this in English? I don't know. Bruce?
Yeah, Bruce.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Were you looking for a vein? Guess we're looking for a vein.
Oh, there's your joke.
That's not a
right?
joke. I'm concerned. I'm
Okay.
concerned about your drug use. All right, let's get into your
I hope it's not cancer or
Finnish
something weird.
floorball. That's not something we joke about. Finnish
No,
floorball.
it's not a joke.
Friday the 18th. Talk to us. What's your move?
Yeah, it's Finnish floorball. It's classic -3.5
Mhm.
over happy at 100. Not
Okay.
100.
Okay.
At 365. It hurts a lot. I don't know what happened to me here.
No, probably tough to find a vein there. You know what? I take back. You are a humorous individual. So I didn't mean to say you're not funny. You're right. I am a little lack of sleep, stressed right now. Middle of the week, so I'm not as joyous as I sometimes
Yeah.
be. And you came in like a dick, so I didn't.
No
know.
worries. We're still friends.
Sure.
I hope.
Classic. The Finnish, the well-known Finnish floorball team, Classic, -3.5 over who?
Happy or happy. I don't know how it's called. It's HAPPEE.
Sounds like a very, very big bet for you, and I wish you all the best in your Finnish
Yeah.
floorball
They
glory.
paid yesterday, so
Yeah.
I'm putting all my money in.
Okay, there he is. Freddie Fortune right there. Liberty Finder says Freddie remembers. Thanks for that, son.
You're welcome, Daddy.
Oh, Jesus. I just hate when you call people daddy. It just, God, I hate that so much. Okay, can you give us a leche?
Yeah,
I got work to
sure.
do.
I will do a more less intense leche because you're not feeling well.
It's not that I'm not feeling well. Okay, sure.
Okay, leche. En los bookmakers!